Back to Team Delta. But have had several attempts at goal. Had a couple of targets, but this time wasn't the best of strikes, wasn't the best of hits. It's a goal kick.
They continually push. Now you can see how they scored 4 goals against Team Oshu. They are putting the ball on the ground, moving those passes confidently even in the box. That's to show you how much experience they've got. Team Delta have done so much in this one, I tell you. There is still more from them as they gradually push to see that they lift this title.
With the clearance, giving away back to invited junior athletes. They've got the ball now in the danger area. She's kept it alive, robbed off brilliantly. Well, it's been enjoyable to watch so far. Bored by the atmosphere here today in the stadium. A strike from range. Well, a decent try, but not enough to pose so much stress to Favor's goal. Well, that hit was from the captain of the side. Some left-footed strike from way out. Just couldn't trouble the goalkeeper. It's a goal kick in the end. Possession to the invited junior athletes. Great takedown, but a heavy touch in the end. Back to Team Delta. A long ball looking for the run of the attacker. Well, he's done well to keep it in possession. Can they make this one count? Great intervention. And the clearance. Well, the invited junior athletes just struggling to get into their stride in this game so far.
It's surely a gradual process that we get in there.
It's in Delta with the ball in the box. Well, she's gone down. The referee says no penalty. A goal kick has been awarded.
I think she clipped a beat, and though there was contact, you can see the coach continually showing his anger, not happy with anything that the team has been able to do. Little touch from the arm, she lost her balance, and she went down in that situation. Spot on from the referee. And Team Delta continually push. They feel they need to get this goal first and unsettle the Flamingos. And it's worked out perfectly for them. They understand the terrain. They're playing this football game with so much confidence. And they're coming in with that euphoria, having scored 4 goals in their last game. And one of the danger players is that one you just saw on the camera. Always ready to make the right move. And, they know her so well, so they've closed that down as quickly as they can.
Ten minutes of action here at the MKO Abiola National Stadium. Still no goals to report. Free kick comes in. Well, the goalkeeper got a slight touch. He was dropping in. Oh, decent try. Not the best of techniques, but in the end, it was on target. It's a corner.
Left-footed strike right there. It was just more like a lob. Goes past the wall completely. And I think she knew what she did in that position. Almost getting that one to the back of the net. They have to be careful.
Corner taken. Hold the header. They'll head it back out. by the invited junior athletes. Here's the captain for Team Delta. They are not the best of passes. The invited junior athletes trying to do it on the break. A back pass to the goalkeeper who hits long. Ball over the top, a chance now to chase. Well, the goalkeeper stood firm in that instance.
Favor Barayan, she was just confident. Allowed the ball bounce in front of her and took it away from the RJ attacker. Confidence is really key in this game. I think that's what Team Delta are all about. Gradually taking the process. But it looks like the RJA team are coming out gradually to get something from this game.
Both teams still struggling to put the ball in the back of the net. It's still early days in this game, just 12 minutes of action. We've got a player down for Team Delta. Well, the coach of the two sides now looking keen on the action. Just trying to make sure the players down are okay to carry in. There's a Coach Bankole Oluwakwedi has done a decent job with the Flamingos, giving a nod to lead this Ija side, as they are called as far as the festival is concerned.
You can see that passion, not wanting to get any disappointment in the end. He feels they cannot be led all the way and they don't go on to win the title. But Delta knows this festival so well. It's almost always been their thing, winning the last 4, and they want to make it 5 in a row. And that should be 11, or 9 out of the last 11. So much brilliance they've shown. One of their athletes won 7 medals yesterday in swimming. That's one thing that you don't get to see every other day. And that's what Delta really have been about as far as this event is concerned. Timipame Ere Akiefie winning a 7th gold medal in the 50-meter butterfly women's swimming. Looking to actually go past what we've seen already as far as medals is concerned. 8 gold medals from Blessing Focados, also from Team Delta 19 years ago. So Team Delta just knows this stuff so well, and that confidence and the money they put into the athletics and the talents they've got gives them the confidence to do what they have to do.
A bit of a scare there for Team Delta, but eventually they will clear their lines. The clearance coming from Chioma James. It's a throw-in now for the invited junior athletes from the right-hand side. Sent into the danger area. It's fell kindly. Team Delta anywhere will do with the clearance, but only to the path of Raji Zainab, who hit that one really well, but not enough to trouble the goalkeeper.
Not the best of strikes. She wasn't well positioned. Maybe should have taken her time and a beat to hit that volley so well. Just as you saw, she hit it way too high and not the best way she would have hit it. But a good attempt, just a way to build their confidence back into the game, the Flamingos.
Another strike from distance, this time from Olani Peku. The elevation was just too high. They're doing all they can to get their noses in front, hitting them from range, closing down their opponents. But so far, not just been enough. A decent turnout here today for these football games. And we've got the men's final to come much later under the floodlights. The invited junior outlets defeating the host state team Ogun in the semi-final. Was a hard-fought 1-0 win. Shakirat Mashoud made no mistake from 6 yards. From the penalty spot with minutes left in the encounter. And now they've got Team Delta to contend with in the finals. Team Delta, who dismissed Team Oshun in the 4-1 semi-final win.
A player down for the Flamingos, and Scott the medicals running towards to take care of what the situation is. Looks like Miriam Yahaya is a player. As quickly as possible, they want to check on her and see that she's good to continue the game.
We're talking about the bronze medal match that went down earlier today at the Remo Star Stadium in Ikene, contested between Team Ogun, who was defeated by the Flamingos, or the invited junior athletes, in the semi-final. Team Ogun has clinched the bronze medal in the football event. They defeated Team Oshun by 2-0 to secure bronze medal in the female category. Was decided earlier today in Ikene. Damilola, Deyanji and Itunolua scored in the first half to help the host finish third, so something to claim for Team Ogun. As far as the female category is concerned, it's a bronze medal. While in the male category, it was the invited junior athletes, or the Golden Eaglets, led by Coach Manu Gaba. He defeated Team Kaduna by 2-0 at the main bowl of the Red Star Stadium. Abdulmuniz Adeleke has been a regular goal scorer for the Golden Eaglets in this football tournament for the festival. Opened the scoring after some fine build-up play, and then an own goal from the Kaduna side increased the tally for the invited junior athletes. So, bronze medal for the Ija side in the football event for the male category. And today we've got the finals for you. The first of 2 finals currently ongoing. Team Delta and Team Invited Junior Athletes. No goals so far. 19 minutes of action. Free kick for the Invited Junior Athletes. To be taken by Shakirat Mashoud. Scored the only goal in the semi-finals. Free kick just too deep, and is rolled out for a goal kick. As far as the medal table is concerned so far, from the official updates in the last couple of hours, Team Delta still very much leading the medal table. The whole state, Team Ogun, moved up to third with a total of 113 medals. 46 gold, 31 silver and 42 bronze. Team Delta in top with 81 gold, 47 silver and 65 bronze, and a total of 193 medals. Possession back to the invited junior athletes. The ball came off the referee. It's going to be a drop ball, an advantage for the invited junior athlete.
Team Delta showing some beautiful skills right there as the attack. Got some beautiful left footers also, swift in their moves. We saw a nutmeg earlier, got the fans screaming again. And they also have that confidence when the ball gets to them at every point in time. That's the way they are moving, and that's the mindset they've come into this game with. believing that they are playing against their younger sisters in that sense. Hopefully they should get a victory.
Well, for the invited junior athletes, 13 medals so far at the sports festival. Free kick for Team Delta. A great dummy there, brought down in the end.
It was a powerful turn right there. She knew her opponent was coming to her, and the way she turned her opponent, Azizat Oduto, was really brilliant. Just a way to make around dummies and makes that run, and she was brought down almost immediately.
Free kick for Team Delta. Cross comes into the box, looks good, but just too heavy in the end. Goal kick for invited junior athletes. Well, talking about the medals so far for the invited junior athletes, they've got 13 medals in total. 5 bronze, 6 silver, and 2 gold. Well, there was some monetary motivations for the invited junior athletes heading into this sports festival. The DG of the National Sports Commission assured the athletes of the invited junior athletes that if they can get up to 10 gold medals at the festival, a big gift from the chairman, Malam Shehu Diko, is waiting. And so far, they are 8 gold medals away from that target. They've got just 2 gold medals so far in the festival.
That's really a huge one. Festival comes to a close in a couple of days. Less than 3 days from now. Maybe just 2 more days for active events. And I tell you, it's going to be really tough for them to get that done.
Whether they get that done, they've competed well so far in general as far as the festival is concerned. Another free kick straight into the lobes of the goalkeeper.
Just wonder why Team Delta has got so much support on this side. They get applause for everything they do. Direct free kick into the hand of the goalkeeper.
Oh, not the best of headers. But just staying grounded there to make sure there was no impending danger. It's a corner.
She stood her ground right there. Choma making sure that that ball wasn't going to get into the box or to the hands of the IJA player. She struck it out for a corner.
Oh, the corner comes in. Oh, a bit of a scramble in the box. Danger not entirely clear. The good looking ball in, almost an own goal, but it's just a side netting. Oh, a hand-in-mouth moment there for Team Delta. It's another corner.
Amarachi Onyekwe heading that one almost into our own net. She has to be careful.
Another corner. The goalkeeper almost dropping that one, but great recovery to claim from the second attempt.
She has been confident, but she has to be careful. People. She saved that ball at first, had to take it down and re-pick it up again.
And nicely done by Shakira Moshood. Not the best of passes. Possession back to the Flamingos.
She scored the only goal in their last game. Shakira. And that's a beautiful way she would have done it again. Lovely move with the ball. And the way she goes past her marker makes it look easy, but in the end, it's about some continuity. Even after you've gone past your marker, the final ball is very much important, and that's what she's got to work on again.
Four minutes shy of the half-hour mark in this football game. Still the Flamingos trying to apply as much pressure as they can. Handball spotted. The free kick for Team Delta, taken quickly, but too quickly. So got a player down for the invited junior athletes.
Just a recap of what happened again. It was a handball. But struck out so hard. The ref had no option now to quickly give that free kick.
A long ball into the box, headed back to the goalkeeper. She's almost giving that one away too cheaply. Would have been a howler. Thankfully, they haven't been punished there. Talking about the invited junior athletes. No Boniface, the goalkeeper. One back cleanly. Back to Team Delta. A good looking ball into the box. The control is good. The second touch wasn't the best. Looking for the penalty, but the referee played the advantage. It's a throw-in for Team Delta. Both players in some discomfort down on the turf.
Some beautiful move again from Team Delta. She needed support in that position, but she wasn't going to get it. And that was why the captain of the side slid down, and maybe just one more player or one more touch on that ball would have been talking about the first goal of this game. They're continually pushing Team Delta, but unfortunately, I think they just have to make clearer decisions in their final third. You must give it to the defense of the Flamingos also. Not perfect, but they are nicking it at the final third when they have to.
Thrown into the box. There was the header. It's a goal kick. Well, she can thank her stars. Boniface in goal. It was the easiest of ball, and dropping it in such dangerous situation could have resulted in a goal, but thankfully they weren't punished.
Good recovery again from Team Delta. They seem to be doing so well in that defensive midfield position, having support also in that central midfield to make sure that anything that Team Flamingos are bringing up, it's not going to go through. They've been pushing the attack. Unfortunately, no goals to show for all of this.
Gateway Games 2024. The women's football final from the MKO Abiola National Stadium. Well, some ball boy duties there for Coach Bankolelo Opere. Has done a great job with the Flamingos. Recently qualified for the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. Should be going down later this year in Chile. A nice kill there from the captain of the side. Here's Raji Zainab. Oh, trying to go for glory. The goalkeeper made it easy. The fans enjoyed that one. Great attempt. And not enough to beat the goalkeeper.
The confidence in that strike is what I love. She looked up and saw that the goalkeeper was still very much right there, but felt that she could take a strike. Must have been something she's been doing before. But unfortunately, didn't go past the goalkeeper. Brilliant move again from the Flamingos. They're getting back into the game gradually. After the hour seen already in this game. But the beautiful game of football has been displayed from both sides, even though we know Team Delta have been dominating. Phantom really shared equally with the little we've seen so far.
And here they come now, the Flamingos. This is a promising attempt. Well, she's got a ball in the danger area. The cut back wasn't the best. It was blocked. It's a corner. Well, maybe the best move we've seen all game. A great run from that left-hand channel. But not just enough.
Really not enough how she cut down on that flank and wanted to just pull the ball for a player. A little bit of delay in that pass. The ball stuck her leg, and she's not feeling happy at this point in time of Para Onyechi. She wanted that one to go through, and maybe they will have a second chance.
The corner comes in. Well, it's gone out for a goal kick. Well, that was A brilliant move from the inverted junior outlets.
I thought she was going to do a cut back at that point. She forced her way through, going to the line almost at the edge of the box. Looks up and sees the player who has separated herself. Team Delta had left her completely unmarked. It was just a simple pass and a tap into the net. But unfortunately, it didn't go as planned.
That was Opara Oniyechi, who came on as a substitute for Olani Beko. With a brilliant run down her left-hand side. Here she is in possession. Well, the strike with her weaker left was weak. Given away cheaply, the cutback comes in. This is a promising chance for the Flamingos. The strike was blocked. A crucial block there. It was heading on target. That was a goal-saving intervention from Team Delta. Hamza Kimbo for Bankole Oluokere.
After that first missed shot, they got the ball back, and it was a beautiful run again from Nkwacha Precious. She gets the ball into the box and nearly almost striking that one in. The defense stood tall to make sure that one wasn't going to go past. Olanrewaju at it again, stopping that one or pushing that one to almost get into the net. Unfortunately, they will have to wait again. I love the way she controlled the ball in the box before striking that ball. Maybe the delay actually led to that stopping. But it's a brilliant move. Flamingos have taken over.
Well, there's been some turnovers for Team Delta. A far cry from how they started this game. Well, a through ball in the end. We're looking for the run of Raji Zainab, but too heavy, straight to the goalkeeper.
Oparayango Favor is really showing her confidence right there. Not rushing at all as the goalkeeper. Looking to buy time and also kill the pressure from the opponent. As they push forward, even though the confidence has been boosted for the Team Flamingos, who want to really get this result with the motivation from the coach, Oluokere. First 30 minutes has been shared almost equally. Team Delta dominating more, but Team Flamingos pushing further to almost get the first goal in this game. Clearer chances from them twice now, but the little mistakes in the final third. Or maybe the better defending from Team Delta and stop them from scoring the goal. What a game we'll have in our hands.
Free kick taken and straight out for a goal kick.
Really poor. It was supposed to be a pass. Not well calculated. Cheaply given away. Team Delta will have to start fighting from the scratch again.
Seems like they rested on their laurels a little bit. They had a brilliant start to this game, Team Delta. But the Flamingos know how dangerous they can be. Seems they are back in their groove.
Not looking like Team Delta rested. It's just about the fact that Flamingos have continually got some motivation from their coach. I think they've just hit that stride that they've been waiting for. They know what they are made of. It was just for them to connect and put the fear behind them that they're on the final ground for a big game. And I think that's what we're seeing at this point in time. Understanding that they are there, and it's about putting all the efforts. They needed that psychological motivation. I think the coach has been able to give them that.
Their road to qualifying for the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. They defeated Algeria in their last qualifying phase, 4-0 at the Remo Star Stadium in Ikene, before going to Algeria to play a 0-0 draw, maintaining a 4-0 aggregate scoreline to secure their place in Morocco, where the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup will be going down. The ball into the box. Now the goalkeeper just on a last there to prevent that one from going in.
Chineza is down, tried to hit that ball. I think the hit from the goalkeeper after saving the ball got it down. Chineza Gazi make the run There was a hit to her ribs. She didn't feel it at first, but I think she noticed it and had to just go down in that situation. Make that Ubaja Osinachi as a player down currently. It's getting some attention from the medical team.
Team Delta have held on to their own so far in this game, coming up against the national team. Well, the Flamingos, one of 5 participants from Africa alongside the host Morocco, will be taking part in the FIFA Under-17s Women's World Cup. For the first time, 24 teams will compete in the Under-17 Women's World Cup. And these girls will be hoping to make the cut when it's time. So another opportunity for them to show Coach Bankole and locally what they've got, that they deserve to be in the side for the Mundial. And here they come. This looks promising for the Flamingos. The defense was grounded. Team Delta standing strong.
Looked like the pass that would have linked them to that goal was a bit heavy. And there was no way she was going to get there. But well-marshaled Team Delta, playing to safety and hitting that one out for a throw.
Well, poorly done there, given away cheaply. And the Flamingos will strike for the captain of the side, Moshood Shakira, to a strike. Well, it came off the woodwork. The goalkeeper pretty much thought she had that one covered. Just almost escorting that one into the back of the net, but she was saved by the frame of the goal.
I just said it earlier that Obanaya Favor has got to be careful. She was looking at that walking past her. She had every right to just run to save that ball. But like you said, she was going to see it through into the net, and that would have been a shameful way to concede the first goal. But give it to Shakirat. She's been really instrumental for the side. The way she goes past players, moves, and also leads the team from that middle. It shows that she's truly a captain and a skipper with those beautiful skills that is very much needed on that left foot. She struck that one not really hard from her own left to the right, and it was almost going to be the first goal of the game. Stadium would have gone upside down if that goal had gone in. But they keep pushing the Flamingos.
Free kick taken, and out for a goal kick. Heading into the final 5 minutes of normal time in this game.
An entertaining first half of sim. Not too many saves and from the goalkeepers. Light work has been done by them, though they face some scares. But I tell you, it's a game. I've seen two teams come out against each other, with Team Flamingos getting the best of chances, coming really close to hit the bar, and even having better chances earlier that they should have scored. Hopefully they don't regret any of this.
Goal kick in favor of Team Delta. Team Delta nil, Team Invited Junior Outlet nil after 40 minutes of action.
Seems she was complaining of an elbow right there. It was actually a shove, but straight to the face, coming from Team Delta. The defender committing that error in that position.
They've competed really well against these Flamingo side, given away by the captain. Not the best by her standards. Shakira Moshood. Here she is in possession. It was her strike that came off the frame of the goal minutes ago. Can they make this one count? Great run by the substitute. She got the strike in the end. The goalkeeper made the save and the eventual clearance. Well, what a revelation she's been since coming on for the invited junior athletes. Opara Oniyechi. Great run.
That was some confident move. You expect her to cut back most times, but she's got the confidence in the pace she's got. There was some body shoving right there, and the check was done so well. The referee sees that as nothing. I think she fell badly, hitting the ground, and the goalkeeper running out as quickly as possible to make that save for a throw-in.
Well, she continues to get medical attention on the sidelines. Play will carry on. Possession to the Flamingos. Not the best of clearance. And now Team Delta with a player down in the 18-yard box. The referee's attention called by the assistant on the far side.
Too many stops on the game. Players going down, you think easily, but it's just the physicality of the game. And I think what I've seen so far from the substitutes who came in too early by the plan of the coach, Oluwokere Onyechi Okpara. I think he was planning to keep her on the bench and bring her in as a super sub to walk over the tiring players. I think that would have been a perfect plan, but unfortunately, she had to come in early. But she's showing her best already. Hopefully she keeps the same form for all 90 minutes.
Well, you want to see this players just able to carry on with the game. Now the Super Falcons will be in action here on the 3rd of June in a friendly encounter against the Indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon, the second of two doubleheader friendly encounters against the Cameroon side. The very first, still in Ogun State, will be played in Ikene on the 31st of May. And here on the 3rd of June will be the second against Cameroon. So the Flamingos just tested the waters as far as hosting the national team is concerned in this very football stadium. Here comes Team Delta. Great recovery by Shakira Moshood. Nicely done to find Raji Zainab. Back to Moshood. Shakira trying to return the favor, but he was intercepted.
Maybe if that ball was lifted a bit, the pass would have gone through.
Another chance for the Flamingos. Lanawaju brought down. The referee says play on. Possession given away to Team Delta. Still awaiting our very first goal in this game. Great ball into the box. Can they make this one count? The header just over the goalkeeper, but great stretch to make the save in the end. Great ball into the box. And Boniface, the goalkeeper, saw that one coming.
Basa Osinachi making that cross after having made the move. Ball bounces in the box. She sees the goalkeeper. There was no way to wait for that one to move. And what will she do? She strikes them. No way. And she feels that the head will be the best way to use it. Amechi Mesoma not being able to get the first goal. Painful for Team Delta. They will continue pushing, but a way to attack again and draw the noise from the crowd.
It would have been a well-worked goal for Team Delta. The cross was good. The header was the best option, but maybe not too much power to beat the goalkeeper. And now we've seen 45 minutes of action, 2 minutes of added time left to play in this first 45. It's been an enjoyable watch so far, just lacking the goals.
Just like we said earlier, it's not something that you want to see. Chances like that going begging. But at the same time, the pain is the cross wasn't having that force, so there was no way she was going to hit that ball with the force that was needed. But good attempt at the same time. Team Delta still pushing to see that they can get something right. Most likely they will not get as much as 4 goals as they did in the semi-final. The Flamingos are a tougher opponent. And their hope will just be to get at least 1 goal to kickstart the game.
A high-footed challenge there from Azizat, spotted by the referee. Just pleading our innocence, but the free kick has been awarded. She'll take a second look. It was indeed high.
Really high. I wonder why the delay was made. Azizat Oduto. We penalized for that. No cards, but she's received a warning.
Well, trying to go direct from distance. It was on target.
But that didn't look like she was going to go direct. I was expecting her to just play a corner. And the ball cuts in, but unfortunately didn't go as planned.
2 minutes of added time done. And that's it for the first 45. No goals to report in this encounter. The first of 2 finals we have for you. The 22nd edition of the National Sports Festival here in Ogun State. The female final. The invited junior athletes up against Team Delta. But after 45 minutes of action, no goals so far. Half-time score from the main ball of the MKO Abiola National Stadium. Team Delta 0. Team invited junior athletes 0. I'm sure these spectators here today have had a swell time here today in this football game. Hearing their numbers almost filled to the brim, the MKO Abiola National Stadium. But in case you missed the first 45, we've got some of the highlights for you. Our team invited junior athletes on black tops and green shorts, playing from right to left. They had a decent start to this game. It was a bright start from the 2 sides. But so far, it was a game that saw some good chances, but just not converted in the end. This one was from range from the invited junior athletes. But this was the best of the lot. The strike from Shakira Mashoud, the goalkeeper, almost left in no man's land, came off the frame of the goal. Well, thankfully, the follow-up couldn't be connected by a green shirt. And in the 41st minute, great run once again. She made herself big to make the save. And then the follow-up with the clearance. The invited junior athletes doing all they can to end the first 45 on a high. This was a brilliant run from Opara Oniyechi, who came on at some point in the first 45. Well, in that move, she hurt herself in the process. Well, Team Delta ended the half on a high with this chance. A great cross into the box. And the header there from Umesoma Oniyechi, just not generating the needed power to go past Boniface Ehi in goal for the invited junior athletes. Was the best chance for Team Delta to get their noses in front, but after 45 minutes plus 2 on the time, no goals so far in this women's final of the 22nd edition of the National Sports Festival going down here at the MKO Abiola National Stadium. Great to finally see football go down in this stadium. The fans certainly enjoying every bit of it.
All started in Babcock, moved on to the Kenne Stadium, where you got the best of football. And I tell you, so much I'm still here to enjoy under the floodlights.
Well, moving away from football for the meantime, we've got the 400 meters. Went down last night, similar here at the main bowl of the MKO Abiola National Stadium, but this time on the race tracks. The athletics also happening here, where all states are competing for medals. The 400 meters women's final. Miracle Osinachi competed for River State. Rita Munachimso also for River State. Anita Itoha Enaruna for Edo State. Olani Victoria for Edo State. Oluwatosin Oyindamola for Ogun State. Miracle went donor for
50.
Happy Rashid.
50.
The third of
51-70 is the festival record. The national record is 49-10. The national record and the festival record are there
for the 400 meters.
For the 400 meters women final. With the final, with the national record go today before very high. 400 meters women final.
To be on
the bottom line event, some of the best of Nigeria in this event are
from Cross
represented
River
here.
State.
400 meters women final.
Built an early lead in this race, and she maintained it till the very end. It was a distant lead for Patience Okon George. Look at that gap from Cross River State. Not new to long distance races. She's done it before, and this time showing that she's no match for her opponent.
She did so well, and she also smashed the festival record of 51.76 record to what she ran yesterday. 51.76 seconds rather. The record has been there since 2018, and you can see her always as usual pointing her hands and thanking her God for a great job that she did. Wonderful job again from that woman, Patience Okon George. She's got the experience, she's got the tenacity, and at 33 plus, she's still running the best of races, competing against the younger athletes and showing that it's about consistency. Congratulations to her for creating a new record now for the race.
Patience Okon George from Cross River State has clinched gold for the 400 meters women. Well, Happy Rashid from Rivers is your silver medalist, finishing second. She was among 3 River State contingents who competed in this final. This lead was really distant, but look at Happy Rashid almost relinquishing her place in that second position. Then Miracle Oluwemdoran from Lagos finished third. But, the woman of the moment has to be Patience Okon George.
All thanks to God, as you can see her pointing her hands and also lying down to say, thank you, Father. Now the thing is, you wonder how 3 athletes came from one state and 1 athlete from Cross River goes on to win. It's not about the case. 51.64 seconds. Previous record in 2018 was 51.76 seconds, and we'll say congratulations to her again. I would say that she should please leave the other ones to run from the subsequent festivals.
You can always be hungry for more. Well, the 400 meters for the women final. Patience clinches that one. Time for the men. Ezekiel Eno Asuko for Akwa Ibom State. Sikiru Adewale Adeyemi from Oyo State. Johnson Chidera competing for Enugu State. Well, maybe I have to use that word, competing for, because most of these athletes might not necessarily be from the states they run for. Well, Victor Ime Samson competing for Akwa Ibom State. Atanda Badmos, the host state, Ogun State. Emmanuel Ifeanyi Jelly competing for River State. A chance for the men to also stake a claim to be on the podium come the medal presentation. Habib, number 505, Gafari Atanda Badmos for Ogun State. Hoping to add to the host state's medal rankings.
meters, men final is about to take place. For the 400 meter women, a new festival record has just been created. 51.64 seconds, subject to ratification. We'll give you a detail very shortly. A new festival record has just been created in 400 meters women, which has just ended now. Go to the men. This may motivate and stimulate the men as well to run a new record. Go to 400 meters. Many men.
A new festival record
meters
was set in the women's final. We saw
over to the starter now.
Awaiting official confirmation of the time, but Patience Okon George will definitely be going into the history books when it comes to the national festival in Nigeria. So maybe a bit of motivation for the men. Two athletes from the host state in the 400 meters men's final, which will be on the podium, or will both be on the podium. 400 meters men's final. Well, it's 400 meters. You don't want to go all gung-ho from the very start. You want to take your time to build your pace approaching the final 100 meters. Thinking about approaching the final 100 meters, here they come. Emmanuel Ifeanyi from River State building up that lead, and Gafari Atanda Badmos closing him up. All Ogun State's leaving Austin on 10, but in the end, it's Emmanuel Ifeanyi from River State finishing first. Gafari Atanda Badmos in second, and it looks like Victor Ime Samson from Akwa Ibom State will finish third. A time of 45.58 seconds for Emmanuel Ifeanyi OJ. We wait to see if that will be a festival record. But shout out to Gafari Atanda Badmos from Ogun State. That is Nathaniel Sampson, who finished fourth. Gafari for Ogun State finished second.
It was a great race, I tell you. Something that you most likely saw coming from the heats and the times they both ran, or they all ran. You just saw that something could most likely change. And you must give it to that man who stood his ground from start to finish. Emmanuel Ifeanyi Ojeli for River State. 45.61 seconds. It's a good time. And that was some photo finish we saw right there. Just a bit of space. All of them coming really close. So just make sure they do what they have to do. Gafari Atanda Badmos was also very instrumental, getting really close in that race, running 45.62 seconds. That's just a millisecond from the man who came first. Victor Ime Samson of Akwa Ibom also did well with 45.80. So it's what you want to see as far as races are concerned. And I must say I enjoyed every bit of it.
Welcome back to the MKO Abiola National Stadium. We are all set for the second 45 of the women's final, and Team Delta gets us underway. Team Delta up against the invited junior athletes. Well, Team Delta now playing from right to left. The invited junior athletes playing from left to right. Team Delta attacking the goal to our left-hand side. In possession. Coming forward for the very first attack, but the cross wasn't the best of courses. It's a goal kick for the invited junior athletes. Who will clinch this one in the end of regular time? Will it be the invited junior athletes, or will it be Team Delta? It is the final of the Women's Football Games at the 22nd edition of the National Sports Festival.
We saw an entertaining first half, Emmanuel, and I'm looking to also see that again this time around, because some good football was played from start. Errors here and there from the two teams. Hopefully they will get that corrected at this point in time. Some words would have gone down from both coaches. Coach Abeokuta of the Flamingos would have really screamed at the girls and also fired them up to get back and to being clinical in front of goal, which has been their major challenge. Not like the chances have not been created. And they also have to be careful in their defense.
Well, both teams actually needs to be careful. You don't want to concede so late in the game. Hearts are going to be broken, definitely. Three minutes into the second 45. Whose defense will be breached first? A bit of an issue there, but she looks okay. One of the regulars on the team sheets when it comes to the Flamingos. Free kick taken. Yeah, Shakira Moshood, another strike. This time, very weak. No issues for Favor Paranya. We go for Team Delta. Not the best of clearances there. Team Delta will regain possession. A good contest so far. It's been a game where you clearly can't pinpoint where the tide is going to turn.
Really hard to predict, Emmanuel. Really, really hard. It's a tough game at this point, and two sides are really pushing themselves end to end. Like I said, it's just about being clear about the final third and taking those chances when they come, because this is one of those games that might lead into extra time if chances are not taken.
Throw for Team Delta. Well, clearly, Bankole Oluokwe will definitely want his side to clinch the gold medal in this one.
Who doesn't want to clinch the gold medal after getting to the final? They both want to clinch the gold medal, but it's beyond just clinching it.
In the end, you want to say it's been a good kind of a test for the Flamingos.
And I think that should be the major concern. It's about coming to compete. That exposure has been seen. They played against top opponents. So when they play against their peers at the World Cup, it will be an easier move for them at the end of the day. So I think they've gotten their exposure. And there will still be more to come, friendly matches and all, to add up before time.
From the group stage down to the final, they've done really well, defeating teams like Team Enugu along the way. Now, quite interestingly, they defeated Team Delta in the group stages by 1-0. Both teams meeting again in the final. Well, clearly Team Delta will want to get the better this time.
It's that time for revenge, and they hope it's going to work out. We saw Team Delta do that against their opponents in the semi-final yesterday of the basketball game, Team Rivers. Doing the revenge. In that final, they lost last year in the semi-final this time, or last 3 years. So it's the same mindset they've come here with. If we could do it in basketball, we can do it in football. Different athletes, actually.
Here comes the Flamingos. The touch was heavy, really heavy. Just taking it away. Oladiwaju. It was a brilliant football. But that touch let her down, the goalkeeper.
Not the kind of touch you would want from a top player of that class. She's played some good football here today. I think it's like the second time we're seeing her make a ball, touching it too heavily and forcing it to the hand of the goalkeeper. Control of balls are very much important, but I saw what she wanted to do there. Move past the defenders and just get the opportunity to strike the ball past the goalkeeper, or even go around her as quickly as possible. But it's about taking decisions and being more calculative in those situations.
Throwing for Team Delta. In the half of the revolted junior athletes. Charlotte with throws, going to go into the 10-yard box. Team Delta now looking to clip this one. The goalkeeper off his line. As she went down in the box, the referee says play on. The return across and the clearance. Danger not entirely clear. A chance for a strike from distance. Way wide, goal kick.
Purely agricultural with that strike. Wanted to just hit that one from a distance out of the anger. Favor, but Maris couldn't get it. And just a recap of what exactly happened, to be sure there was no penalty. Goalkeeper went for the ball. Looked like a slight contact, but play continues as the referee feels he was spot on with that decision.
Ten minutes into the second 45. Still Team Delta nil. Invited junior athletes nil. who will break the deadlock first.
Don't be surprised, some of these girls currently playing for Team Delta and others who have competed still have a chance possibly of going to the World Cup. Young athletes at the same time getting ready for good stuff as far as the games is concerned. And we love what we've seen so far, just challenges that they've not been able to get it right.
Throwing for Team Delta. It's not been all guns blazing like we saw in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the first 45. But clearly, you don't want to put that down to fatigue.
Maybe not. It's just about teams being cautious. You know, you come into the game with that rush, wanting to just quickly get the goal as quickly as possible.
The invited junior athletes applying the pressure. Olanewaju showing great desire to get to the end of that pass, but the defense too tall to make that clearance. It's a corner for the invited junior athletes.
Same way the Vuvuzelas getting more pressure from their blowers just to create that sound that you can hear on the background. The Flamingos will not let their guards down. They want to push and see if they can get the first goal. And they will not stop at that. They need to win this one.
And Shakira Mashoud will take the corner. Corner taken short. This time the cross comes in, it was stropping, it came off the crossbar. Well, you want to ask if that was intentional or not, but she wouldn't care had he gone in. It was a decent try. Well, the goalkeeper once again rooted to her spot. For the second time in this game, the invited junior athletes will be denied by the frame of the goal.
How did they get to do this stuff? That was a strike from Asisat Odunton. She was going to take the corner. She moved away for Shakira Mashoud, who came on and just gave her a pass. Thinking she was going to just cut back and before taking it, she strikes from that distance. It was more like a lob and it was just rolling peacefully, almost getting to the back of the net. And the woodwork will stop it from going to the net again. Just twice they've been unlucky as far as scoring the goal is concerned.
Still applying all the pressure. The invited junior outlet, but we've got what seems like a clash of heads in the box. And the attention of the medical team has been called upon.
And you can see that Choma feels like she needs more attention. Some excruciating pain with the way she's rolling, trying to get herself back. Choma James. You can see the coach of the side for Team Delta also looking uneasy. Just a recap of what happened, it was a throw-in. And you can see she will surely come out worse off. She had a head contact with Shakirat, who was in front of her. She also trying to head the ball away. Shakirat from the back and she from our forehead. And once it's got to do with the head, they take their time to make sure that the athlete is well treated before the game continues. Or sometimes they are taken up to be sure that they are fit, and we're seeing that happening already. Team Delta looking so confident and smiling on the bench, even though you know it's a beast of some tense.
Team Delta will be making a substitution. And Shakira Mashoud back on her feet. Looks okay. Both players look okay. Still holding their heads, but the fact that they were able to run to the sidelines gives you a sign that they are okay to carry on in this game of football. chance for Team Delta. Another strike from range. Well, one thing I've seen in this game is that these two set of players are not afraid to hit from distance.
That's the confidence, but at the same time, I think it was a wrong decision from Team Delta. Had a chance to give the player to her left, then move on for the attack.
Well, Mesoma Mechi has been taken off for Team Delta.
Now one substitution apiece for both sides, and we've not seen those movements that we expect. Both players playing under some kind of pressure. What you just expect now is calmness from both sides, and the right decisions being made. A confirmation of the substitution.
Team Delta in possession. Great through ball. This is a golden chance for Team Delta. The strike comes in! And it's in! Against the run of play, Team Delta in front, but it wouldn't count. The joy has been cut short. The flag is up. Team Delta denied by the flag. Oh, the stadium has gone into ecstasy. But the joy has been short-lived. The closer loop. Well, she wasn't offside. The strike came off the crossbar. The rebound was from an offside position. Now the goal wouldn't count for Team Delta.
I think it was a case of a handball.
Oh my word.
Clearly onside from the replay. They had celebrated so greatly.
Well, the Flamingos trying to respond.
End-to-end stuff right there, Team Flamingos, and that's the same lady who's trying to make it happen again. Shakirat always putting that pressure on the opponent. Struck that one just to the right-hand side of the goalkeeper, and unfortunately, it wouldn't go into the back of the net. They are continually pushing, but results have not come the right way. Team Delta wouldn't be really happy with the situation of things. They felt they had gotten the victory or the goal, actually, to put them in the lead.
They hit a call again, not deterred by that denial. And they will continue to push. Now they've got a chance on a free kick in a promising position. Now clearly impeded there.
It was clear, and there was some strong tackle from that beautiful lady, Grace Ufot. She went really hard on Ubasa Osinachi, making sure that time she doesn't go past her on that left side, because it would have been a dangerous one to move in.
A free kick for Team Delta. Some CR7 pulls there for this free kick. The strike comes in, the goalkeeper makes the save. Well, I said that CR7 post wasn't ordinary. It was a CR7-like free kick, denied by the goalkeeper.
Favor Barmaris hitting that one really well. It was a call almost coming into the net. Goalkeeper has to dive to her left, push that one out. Hey, Boniface standing tall, making sure that she keeps her team in this game. And that's just what you expect from a goalkeeper. Major save she's made in this game, and she does it so well.
Water starts to the second 45. Well, it seems a goal kick has been awarded, much to our surprise. Thought she pushed that one out for a corner kick. She must have spotted something, the referee. Yeah, this game has come to life in this second 45. Team Delta clearly now with all the momentum, giving the Flamingos a run for their money here. Coach Bankole Olokore clearly wouldn't be too happy with what his side has shown so far since the start of the second half. Great step overs there. Recovered by Shakira Moshood on the clearance. Not the best of clearances. Possession back to Team Delta. Well, these fans are clearly waiting for a goal. They thought they saw one moments ago. It was ruled out. Bamari's favor brought down. Free kick for Team Delta.
And that's just the way to do it. Putting the ball against your top opponent. The best player being put under some pressure right there. Shakira having to go take that one for the team. People Bamari's taking the free kick again after being brought down.
Another free kick from Bamaris. But this time the touch from the goalkeeper. The corner will be awarded this time. Well, what sort of free kicks we've seen so far in this game?
It was actually a strike from that lady, Patra, hitting that one really hard, and this was really close.
It was a good save.
Just one-handed, she had to put that hand, if not the ball was going to drop into the back of the net. Team Delta have been a menace in the last couple of minutes.
The corner taken, back to Team Delta. The touch was heavy. And the Flamingos trying to recover. There's been a barrage of attacks from Team Delta. The Flamingos pegged back in their own half in the last 10 minutes of this game. Credit to Boniface in goal for the invited junior athletes. She's made some couple of good saves to deny Team Delta.
Just almost a replica of what we saw in the first half. Team Delta started so brightly, pushed through, almost getting the goal. Team Flamingos picked up just after the 20-minute mark. Maybe they'll be doing it right now again once it's 75 minutes. Who knows?
But they'll write them off. The invited junior athletes. Here they try to come. Olayiwaju. Shakinat Mashoud robbed off the ball easily. Well, Team Delta now will try to come forward. Looking for options. Decides to go past her marker. Man for man. Twisting and turning. The poor pass in the end. Shakira to Auclair. Only as far as where Chioma James wants to claim. But the free ball too heavy this time. And it's a goal kick.
Both captains have really done well from the flanks. Sometimes having to drop into the middle to see how they can help the team. But you know you've seen more of Shakirat, the goal scorer, who scored the winning goal for their team, putting them into the final against Team Ogun. She's just been instrumental in this game, having to take one for the team a couple of times. But Team Delta has surely been dominant. Both teams have been unlucky. We should have seen a barrage of goals in this game. But unfortunately, sometimes it's about the clinicality in front of goal. These young girls really have a bright future ahead of them.
As he's not fouled, free kick for invited junior athletes. Still animated in his technical area. He has to be.
Two players down for Team Delta at the same time. Strong tackles. The first one was from the ball. And this second one has got to do with one of the biggest menace they've got. The lady who almost got the ball to the back of the net. Bamari's favor stopped right there in her tracks. It was a strong tackle. Turns the back against her to make sure she doesn't go past her. And she's won a free kick again.
Those on the bench waiting to be called upon. Who will be the hero in this women's final, the 22nd edition of the National Sports Festival. Well, if the women can give us this intensity from the crowd and also from the playing surface, you wonder what will happen when it's time for the men's final under the floodlights.
Imani just brought that out of my mouth. It's been some intense football game right here, and the men are just waiting to do it, especially when it's got to do with the hosts. Patra Okwaramegwa has been doing so much and with those set pieces. If it's not Bamaris, she's going on to take it. And I think two of them have been clinical, getting closer to putting the ball in the back of the net a couple of times.
70 minutes on the clock, 20 more left to play of normal time. Handball spotted, advantage for the invited junior athletes. There's not been too much to do for Favor Paranyao in goal for Team Delta. It's been all Boniface making saves after save to keep the invited junior athletes still in this game. That's how football can be sometimes. You just don't know where the pendulum swings.
Some very fine defending right there from the Flamingos. Jumaya Adebayo. I was going to say I've not spoken too much about her today, but that's the way to defend. Chest that one and passes it straight up to the goalkeeper for safety.
Olari Waju chasing. Anyway, will do with the clearance. From Team Delta. It's a throw-in for the invited junior athletes on the left-hand side of the air attack. Azizat's getting ready to take.
Some strong defending right there from Team Delta. Wanted to make sure that that ball didn't go past. But they end up getting the free kick.
Still awaiting a goal in this game of football between these two sides. Team Delta in possession. A chance for the chase to come. Still chasing. 73 minutes on the clock. Just allowing that one to roll out for the goal kick.
It's been a rock in that defense. Jumaya Adebayo shielding a marker or the attacker, so making sure that there was no way for her to go past.
Here comes the Flamingos. This is a promising chance. A through ball. Well, has she stayed onside? Well, the flag is up for offside. But play will carry on from the referee. Didn't spot the flag up from the assistant referee. Well, had he gone in, might have just been ruled out. Well, Team Delta continue to come forward, and now they've got a chance to chase. And the Flamingos will clear.
Some little communication issues right there to the referee and the assistant. Maybe she just played the advantage.
Clearly, Olaniwaju was in an offside position. Clearly spotted by the assistant referee on the far side. Well, a bit of an issue now for Favor of Paranyao. So take a second look at that opportunity for Olaniwaju.
It was a clear chance. She should have put that one on the back of the net. What a brilliant pass that was. Little touch and she had to just make the run. Even though it was called for offside. She had the best of positions. But the goalkeeper should also be giving some kudos. Favor Paranyao making herself big to save that one off.
Shakira Mashoud, the captain of the side, has been spoken to by the coaches as Favor Paranyao gets the attention of the medical team. Well, that's the assistant referee. Raised a flag, rightfully so, for offside. Wasn't spotted by the referee. It's been an enjoyable watch so far for these spectators. Just waiting for a goal to the squad.
I think the second half has been more chances dominated than we saw in the first half. Almost clear-cut chances. Some would have almost gone into the back of the net by some individual brilliances we've seen from free kicks, set pieces, strikes from outside. And this close one, most recently from Olarinwaju, is also a great chance we've seen from a one-on-one chance. How Delta will cope with not seeing that goal counted will be a big, big challenge for them.
"76 minutes of action here at the MKO Abiola National Stadium. Team Delta nil. The invited junior athletes nil. The female football finals. The first of two finals here today. "77 minutes on the clock. Still awaiting our very first goal of this game. Corner taken short by the invited junior athletes. And the pass in the end, not the best of passes. And out for throwing for Team Delta. Not the best of corner kick routines from the Flamingo side.
And it's actually not the first time they're making such a mistake. Both sides actually. Sometimes they give their set pieces just easily away, which would be some kind of strength to get goals into the back of the net.
Olarinwaju will come forward with this one. Great defending there from Team Delta. Well, she got the energy, no doubt. Olarinwaju making those runs off the shoulders of the two centre-backs. But so far, Team Delta has been brilliant with the defending. Another chance to chase. This time too heavy.
It was a hardly hit ball. She was supposed to head that one out. But she completely missed it. Shoma James should be counting herself lucky. If that dropped just before her, would have been seeing a one-on-one chance for Olarinwaju, who put her head down, having been stressed by not being able to run for that ball.
Goal kick for Team Delta. Ten more minutes of normal time left to play. It is 80 on the clock. Time running out for either of these two sides. But whatever the outcome, these two sides will be on the podium. Well, no doubt gold will be the target for the invited junior athletes and also for Team Delta. Got a throw in.
If we get to the final, yeah, pick up medals, but at the same time, you also want to win the title. Same teams do it a couple of times. For the ladies, Asisa Toshwala and our colleagues did it for the age grade competitions they went for at their time. We also saw the likes of Desire Paranoze going all the way to the final and still not being able to win the title, beaten by Jami, Ebere Oji, and some of the other players, and that made it all through. So at this point, it's about winning the game for them. But it's also a great experience, like we mentioned, for both sides.
Free kick taken and into the box. A chance for Team Delta. Well, almost connecting with that cross in the end. But it's rolled out for a goal kick. Well, clearly these players would love to get into the heights, that lofty heights of Zizat Oshola and Desire Oparanoze, like you mentioned. Still got ample time in their respective careers. Well, the Flamingos now trying to come forward. One toss too many there from Shakira Mashoud. Robbed off the ball in the end, looking for the free kick. Just couldn't convince the referee. It's a throw in for the Flamingos. Shakira Mashoud has stayed down.
Painful for Shakira. Right foot let her down right there. A bit of miscue from her two legs. She moves to the left, but the right foot pushes the ball forward and gives the opportunity to the marker to get the ball off her. It was a shoulder charge, and that's coming from Bamoris. She's been really instrumental both moving forward and staying to support the defense. Medics already attending to her. I think she's good to get back to the game. The captain of the Flamingos, playing as the invited junior athletes.
Well, clearly one player they wouldn't want to miss in the final stages of this game. Shakira Mashoud scored the only goal in the semi-finals from the penalty spot. She's done well today. She's hit the frame of the goal. Long throw into the box. Another strike from distance. This time, no worries for the goalkeeper.
Not the best of balls from Muniat Rotimi. Really a rugby strike, completely off, and no stress for Team Delta as they recover.
Off the ball collision there on the goalkeeper. Boniface clearly getting that ball to safety. Well, the follow through from the player for Team Delta, just connected with the goalkeeper.
She should be getting a yellow card for that. That was a wrong challenge. Ball completely won by the goalkeeper, Ehi Boniface. She ran into her shoulder. I think a yellow card should have been given to her in that situation. Very poor tackle. Unnecessary, actually. I think the referee didn't see that and allow play to continue.
Just communicating with his assistant. We wait to see who will get the call from the bench. And Boniface back on her feet, just stretching the arms a little.
going to be a huge concern for the coach, but they'll be happy to see her back on her feet. Ehi Boniface had the best save of this game so far, stopping Balmori's favor from scoring past her with that caller earlier on in the second half.
86 minutes played already. Still Team Delta nil. The invited junior athletes nil. Well, you've got to feel for whoever concedes the goal so late in this game at this point, because confirmations we are having is we will be going straight to penalties. Well, a second look at that goal from Team Delta. The initial strike came off the crossbar, and on the rebound, just in an offside position there. In the end, you want to say right call from the assistant.
Perfect call. If it wasn't the rebound, it would have been a straight goal for the team. Just completely ahead of the last man. She had to be caught napping in that situation.
Oh, huge credit to the centre backs of Team Delta. They've been really strong so far in this game.
You want to liken them to the Rock of Gibraltar. Great job they've done, and communication has been really top-notch for both of them. Yes, 1 or 2 times they've been caught napping, but I think they picked up so well in the second half, holding strong the attack of the IJA team.
Another free kick for Team Delta. We've seen what they can do from dead balls, from free kicks. Patra on this one. This time she got the elevation wrong. It's a goal kick.
It's been Patra and Balmoris, and this time Patra goes for that one. Patra, Okparamego, looking to just hit that one directly into the net. Got the direction right, but the height was just a bit too high. There should still be more chances as we get closer to the end of the game. And straight up to penalties. What a game it will be at the end.
Now talking about the end of the game, there would be no extra time. We'll head straight to penalties if it ends in a draw. And when it comes to penalties, it is anyone's game. It can go either ways, even if you have the best of penalty takers. 2 more minutes to normal time. And you can make that 1 minute and 10 seconds. Throwing for Team Delta. A defensive walk from Shakira Mashoud.
Has not got that same energy she started the game with, but I'm still trying to force her way back. The motivation from the coach. I know he would have loved to take her off if there was a better substitution, but he needs to leave her on the pitch to play all game.
Here comes the invited junior athletes. They're still in possession. Oh, Shakira Mashoud decided to go all alone. She's got a lot of watching for support. They decided to strike. He came off the arm. It's a free kick for the Flamingos. Well, it was a poor decision from Shakira Mashoud. She had a lot of watching to lay off. She decided to strike with a weaker right. You could see the anger from Bankole Loke at his captain. But thankfully, they have a free kick to make amends.
Could it be a blessing in disguise? She caught well to her left, or to her right rather, which is actually a weaker foot. And that was some simple pass he would have made right there to Olarinwaju, who was easily positioned to just make that run into the box. And maybe get the ball into the net, or maybe a penalty. But at least a free kick is what they settle for. And a chance to maybe put the ball in the back of the net.
90 minutes on the clock. It's squeaky bomb time now for these two sides. A 6-man wall for Team Delta. Free kick for the Flamingos. Shakira to a strike against the wall on a corner. Closed down by the wall. A corner for the Flamingos. We wait for confirmation of how much added time is being given here. 90 minutes on the clock. This is a time you don't want to concede. Team Delta needs to stay on guard. Corner for the Flamingos, an outswinger. It comes in, a chance for the header. Well, great save from the goalkeeper. It's another corner. The pressure mounting now for Team Delta. They've got 2 players down. Well, there you have it. 1 minute of added time. It's 91 on the clock. So this might just be the final chance in this game.
She had so much confidence in taking that corner kick. As is that Oduto telling every other person to wait that she will take it. And what a header that was. This is now the best save of the game so far. Well done, the goalkeeper.
Now or never for the Flamingos. Shakira sends the corner. Well, the final touch came off a red shirt. It's another corner. At a time, done and dusted. All hands on deck for Team Delta. Azizat once again will hit this one for the Flamingos. Could this be the moment? The corner comes in too close, headed out, and this time the clearance, and that will just be it. Well, the referee decides to carry on. A throw-in for the invited junior athletes. She looks to her watch. She's got the whistle in her mouth. And she sounds the full-time whistle. And after 90 minutes of action plus added time, no goals to separate these 2 sides. It was a lively second 45, both sides denied. And it will be sorted via penalty shootouts.
Played out as a script, Emmanuel. Both sides starting and also ending the same way they did in the first half. Team Delta had the first half, the beginning. Team Flamingos took over later on in the game. Then we saw Team Delta pick up so well in the second half, having about 2-3 chances to get the goal. And Team Flamingos respond as quickly as possible, close to the end. And that's squeaky bomb time where they were almost going to get the first goal of the game. And what a save that was from the goalkeeper. Favor Okmaranyao. She was wonderful in this game. The fans are delicately poised, just like the players and the coaches, always wanting to see their team win this one. But in the end, it's about the first 5 penalties to be taken by each team. And that's what we're moving to next. Captain's been spoken to. And I think the job has been perfectly done by the referees. And everybody has really cooperated to see the best of everything happen.
Well, after 90 minutes of regular time, it is Team Delta nil. The invited junior athletes nil. We'll wait for the penalty shootout. Nervy moments for these 2 sides. Where each team will take turns shooting penalties until one emerges victorious. The pressure is indeed palpable, and the crowd will be on the edge of their seats for this shootout.
You talk about nervy moments. I also talk about joints, muscles, and nerves being put in order for this particular one. Coach is taking no chances, going on to become part of the team that gets the players ready for these penalties. And what a game we've seen so far in 90 minutes. Balls hit the bar so easily, like that was a target. If I was a rapper and I had such bars, I would win the Grammys. It's been a great game, I tell you. 90 minutes of great football from both sides. No extra time, unfortunately. But I think they will also love to just go through the penalties, so they don't have to stress themselves too much. And the team that claims or seems to be stronger as far as being consistent with energy is concerned, goes on to win the game. So let's go on to penalties and see what happens at the end of the day.
It is time for the penalty shootout. And here comes the first penalty taker. And it is the captain of the side, the captain for the invited junior athletes, focusing on the sports. And what a strike to set the ball rolling. A captain's penalty shoot. He always wants the leader of the team to go first, and she has led with so much desire.
And that was a great penalty taken by the captain, Shakirat, putting that ball to the right of the goalkeeper and lifting it high beyond our reach. Sometimes you prefer your captain to go last, but this time around, it's about setting the pace and the tone. And that's what she's just been able to do, putting her team ahead with the first penalty. Good one for the Flamingos.
Time for Team Delta to respond. Can they draw level? Team Delta with a chance. Into the roof of the net. Top left corner of Boniface's goal.
Turn deaf ears to what the fans were saying. What confidence she went there with. And look at the brilliance about that penalty. They chose her to take it first. They know she's good at it, and she didn't disappoint. Kudos to the penalty taker, Osinachi Ugbasa.
The Flamingos will go again. Debayo Jumai this time stepping up. The pressure is on for the takers. Jumai sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, but more like she was rooted to her sport. A confident penalty there.
That's how to take a penalty. Beautiful finish. Goalkeeper was running to the right. And she says, no way, this is where I'm putting it to the left. Jumai Adebayo.
Two-one in favor of the invited junior athletes. Up next, Team Delta. For the second time, looking to draw level. Oh, not hit with so much power. Well, they look so calm and collected, Team Delta. And it's 2-2.
I would say she was lucky. No, she actually rushed to take that penalty. Mary Dunstan didn't have so much of influence in the game, but she has actually done a job to keep her team in this one. 2 penalties played, 2 scored from each side, as we go for the third for the Flamingos.
Invited junior athletes, Rotimi Muniat. Can she make it free from 3? Muniat this time for the invited junior athletes, and it's saved. Favor doing her team a favor here with the first penalty save. And Team Delta with a chance now to go in front for the first time in this shootout.
Okparayan will favor, standing tall, diving to the right. It was a low placed penalty, not a bad one. But in the end, she just saw where she was going to play that one and suggested that she dives to the right. It was perfect. And she's made the first save for today. Good one for the goalkeeper.
Time for their third shootout. Team Delta will now look to make it free from 3. Can they do it? A low drive to the left. This time the bottom left corner of Boniface's goal. And they are in front.
It looked a bit tense when she took that penalty, but it was well placed to the far edge. Left hand side of the goalkeeper, Ehi Boniface. That's how to get a penalty into the back of the net. It was slow, but he was constant and had the pace from the start to the finish. Almost same way we saw with the last save, but unfortunately Ehi Boniface couldn't get to this one.
Here comes Azizat. Azizat for the invited junior athletes to take this one. Nicely done. hits with so much power and conviction. And she looks to her goalkeeper to bring the support. They are still alive in this shootout.
She restores confidence for the side. As this is out of Dunton, doing it so well for the Flamingos, playing as the invited junior athletes as they look to nick this one. Tight penalty contest. There was no way Favor Oparayan was going to save that.
Team Delta once again. Can they maintain their lead from this shootout? That was some penalty. The goalkeeper rooted to her spot. Oh, Buffalo, okay, doesn't know where to look.
Rooted to a spot like you mentioned, Emmanuel. She came just immediately and took that penalty without wasting any time. Pressure from Kwacha. That's a way to finish. She just, and I've seen it twice with them now. They run back and just run forward immediately the whistle blows without wasting any time to let the keeper settle for it.
Up next, it is it's invited junior athletes. She needs to score to keep his side in this shootout, to keep her side rather in this shootout. Favor looking to make another save. Can she make another save this time? The penalty looks good. They're not quick to dive. And they are still in this shootout. And now Team Delta will look to win it in the next shootout. If she scores, they will clinch it.
Tight penalty contest. That was another good one for the Flamingos. This time around, everything lies on that woman, Patra Oparamegwa.
The fifth and final penalty for Team Delta. Can they make it 5 from 5? Patra has hit the frame of the goal. The goalkeeper went the right way, but Patra was denied by the woodwork. It stays level. We will go on in this shootout. It wasn't a bad penalty, but not just enough to be on target.
One of the finest penalties we've seen so far. She's been consoled by her teammates. The captain of the side, Precious Nkwocha, setting out to just calm down as they try to restore their confidence. She took that one so well. The goalkeeper dives to the left. Won't have been able to save that, most likely. But it was just too placed as he hits on the woodwork and comes back out. So much pain for her. And now confidence for the Flamingos.
Here's Yahya Miriam. Yahya Miriam to take. And she scores. Oh, we are back. We are indeed back.
That was a penalty, though a risky one at that. Goalkeeper moves to the right and comes back to her left, wanting to confuse Yahya Miriam, who later puts that one in the back of the net. Confidence penalty from the number 9.
She needs to score. She needs to score to keep Team Delta in this shootout, and she scores.
Osinachu Bala putting that one in the back of the net. So determined. And she scores it so brilliantly. Hanging that one, the same way we saw from the penalty that was missed just a couple of seconds ago. She does it the same way. But this one was more precise without having to hit the bar back out. It goes straight up into the back of the net. The goalkeeper diving the right way again, but wasn't going to save that one.
They will go again. Invited junior athletes. Favor hoping to make another save in this shootout. Can she make this save? She went the right way, but the hand not just enough to deny. The Flamingos got a slight touch, but the power from the strike.
She had her heart in her mouth after taking that penalty, thinking that it was going to be saved. It was really close. But Favor Oparayan will have to wait for another time. hoping that our team will get another goal to make it their 6th penalty out of 7.
Well, it is a sudden death now in this shootout if she misses. The inverted junior athletes will clinch it to keep Team Delta in this game. Boniface will try to make the save. Oh, it's in! Just when you thought Boniface will win its 4th invited junior athletes, he went underneath her arms and into the net. Team Delta still alive.
Such a weak penalty that was, the worst we've seen today. But she will thank her stars that at least he was on target. That was the only hope she had. And she stylishly slicks that one into the back of the net, going past the goalkeeper who was focused on the player and not looking at the ball. What a way to get the 6th penalty for her team.
Here comes Olaniwaju. She had a brilliant game for the invited junior athletes. But it's an entire different ball game when it comes to shooting from 12 yards. Olaniwaju misses! And advantage is back to Team Delta. She needs to score. Well, I talked about penalty shootouts being an entire different game entirely. Olaniwaju has missed from 12 yards. It's another save for Favour. And now for the 2nd time, Team Delta with a chance to win it.
The 2nd time, don't put the ball to her right. That's what I've seen so far. She knows how to dive ball to her right. And this was actually a weak penalty from Olaniwaju. Not the kind of penalty you want to play after having a good game. And it's going now to Balmori's Favour, looking to do a team a favour to win this one.
Can she be the hero for Team Delta? Bamari's Favour up against Boniface, and Favour scores! Goal for Team Delta! Like they've done in all festivals. They topped the medal table, and they've added football to it. Cue their celebrations all over the main ball. They've done it against the invited junior athletes. Ecstasy for Delta, despair for the Flamingos. Emotions all over for Favour, the goalkeeper. She denied the invited junior athletes twice from 12 yards. Boniface did all she can, but not just enough to deny Bamari's Favour, who scored the all-crucial penalty. Applauding the support here, the Flamingos. They wanted to win it, but they just couldn't win it in the end. Team Delta will celebrate, and they've gotten the deserved gold medal for the football event for the women.
2 Favours have now done their team a favour in winning this one. Favour Balmori scoring the penalty, but before then, Favour Parayan saved them 2 penalties to put their team. And she cries that tears of joy. She's been lifted by her team. You can see them petting her out of the stadium. What a beautiful performance from Team Delta. She's crying profusely like she lost someone. What a sign of joy right here, Emmanuel.
Beautiful moments this is. She might be in tears, but it's all tears of joy.
I tell you.
She was the hero of her side. And they are gold medalists for the women's football event in the 22nd edition of the National Sports Festival. Well, full-time score here. Well, after regular time, 0-0 after a penalty shootout. It is 7-6 in favour of Team Delta against the invited junior athletes. What a game of football. He had everything. He had the drama. He had the intensity. He had the excitement. He had the fans bringing in the noise. And it took us to the deadly game of a penalty shootout. And Team Delta, in the end, came out victorious.
Really, really victorious, I tell you. The joy is really high. The streets of Sapele, the streets of Ogwashuku, the streets of Asaba, the streets of Igbuzo at this point in time will be all noisy. Remind you of the days of the Atlanta 96 when Nigeria won the Olympics. Men from different states, women from different states woke up at midnight running around to celebrate. I know that's what will be happening in Delta, a state that loves so much of football. So sure those big screens in Delta State will still be showing those football games. A state that's produced footballers like Abeokuta, one of the greatest names we've ever had play football. What a game we've seen.